These are pretty fun. It's sort of working backwards, doing some detective work. So we've got this graph. What's the trig function that was graphed? Well, one thing we need to do is identify one cycle. So it starts right here, which seems to be at a height of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then if you followed that straight across, then this seems to be the sine function that goes up first and then down and then back to its original position. So right here was when it was in the middle. And so now I need to identify some y values, like this was a 6, and then 7, 8, 9, so it went up by 3, which means that the amplitude is 3. And I should verify that down here, go down 1, 2, 3, sure enough, it's going up by 3 and down by 3. So I've got that the amplitude is equal to 3. Well, this is usually the x-axis for sine. So it starts on the x-axis and then goes up and then down. Well, this 6 means that it got shifted up by 6. So that's the vertical shift. Okay, we've got the two pieces of information for the y, and now for x. Well, we've got that right here is where the cycle ends, and if you go straight down from there, 1, 2, 3, and a little bit more. Well, there's a famous number that I know in trigonometry that is 3 and a little bit more. It's known as pi, 3.14159. So it seems that it goes from 0 to pi to create one cycle. So that means that the period is equal to pi. Well, when we find out what the period is, there's the number b that's sitting in front of x. And so if we take 2 pi divided by b, then that's going to be the period. Or if you multiply both sides by b and you divide by period, so in other words, cross multiply or have these two switch places. And so the b, the number that's supposed to be in front of x, is going to be 2 pi divided by the period. So in here, the b is going to be 2 pi divided by the period. So the number that was sitting in front of x was a 2. And then the other information that we would need is any phase shift if this got moved over. So if this, instead of starting right here on the y, was starting over here, moved over by 1, then I would have a phase shift. But with it starting on the y-axis, there's no phase shift. Alright, now put it all together. So this is the sine graph. So we've got y equals, so it got shifted up by 6. The amplitude is 3. The b is a 2. And there is no phase shift, so there's no plus or minus anything in here. So that should do it. So y equals 6 plus 3 sine of 2x, and then change the window to be the same as, I'll do it the same as the picture, which if that's pi in the middle, that must be 2 pi over here. So go from 0 to 2 pi, and the y values go from 0, and it looks like it goes up to 10. 0 to 10. And is that the graph? Yes, that seems to be it.